Welcome to the public hearings for the Legislative Assembly Economy and Infrastructure Committee's inquiry into Victorian University's investment in skills.
I guess it's no secret, but the workforce shortages in our healthcare system is quite severe at this point in time.
There is some urgency to create a pipeline of trained and capable workers to meet escalating need.
Social work is an unregistered profession, so there isn't actually any comprehensive data available on the actual numbers of qualified social workers working in Australia or Victoria, just estimates.
Qualifications are increasingly unaffordable, so students now take on average 9.4 years to pay off their degrees compared to 7.7 years in 2009.
Where universities have been rehiring, they've been preferencing insecure employment, so casual and fixed term employment in rehiring to fill the gaps left by COVID-19.
What in your mind are the impediments to implementing paid placements for social work students?
I guess I would flip that on its head and say that the students should receive some sort of stipend, scholarship or support to actually do the work integrated learning placement rather than the place of the placement or the higher education provider providing a financial incentive for them to undertake it, if that makes sense.
What about the health professionals that are currently here that have qualifications overseas, like some of them are doctors, but aren't practicing here because they don't qualify under our stringent, strict criteria of becoming a doctor? Do you think that there's an opportunity there?
I believe there's certainly opportunities with international qualifications to ensure that they're given their legitimate credit. But that doesn't mean, obviously, that we should just throw the door open in the guise of trying to meet a labour shortage in particular occupations.
I was just wondering if we could talk a little bit more about the Raising Expectations program.
We've got a terrific program, but if there's funding uncertainty, it means that you are limited in some of the recruitment that you might make, the commitments that you might make.
How can the Victorian Government work with universities to better align research funding with Victoria's workforce priorities?
A lot of our people spend, they're on 1 year fixed term contracts, which is the term of the funding grant that they're allocated, and they will spend 3 months at the end of each year invested in trying to apply for further funding grants. There's absolutely no reason why that work couldn't be done on a secure basis, and some of the trickle-down effects of what that would then mean, I think, could fix some of the problems in skills. So consider whether adding in permanence of employment and continuing employment as a criteria for the completion of these grants would be something that you'd consider.
How could universities and TAFEs collaborate to address skill shortages in the healthcare sector, particularly in rural and regional areas?
It would be part of a considered pathway. So one model that probably answers your question most directly is Regional Development Victoria in the Loddon region, where they've done a very complete kind of analysis about the skills required in the region. And they've developed a very detailed pathway right from vet training all the way into late stage careers. They even go as early as high school in assessing what kind of actions need to happen at that stage all the way into career placement. And I think that's where the TAFE sector, government and our industry can really work together in developing that pipeline more structurally than it is now and across the state.
Thank you very much, and we all thank you for your contributions, very valuable, and again, thank you for making time.